a depressio. I'm alone.
Start. A false start. A soft start. A Hinchliff start, as Andy calls it. Andy, you'd love this. I drove over Woodshead Pass on the way here. Woodshead, was it? Is it called Woodsheads?
It's Woodhead, isn't it? And is that what's
it's
yeah?
Not, yeah, no, it's because he calls everything Snakes Path.
Right.
You really push the S. That's not.
Andy gets very annoyed if I get the name of a road.
I don't get
wrong.
annoyed.
Right.
It's just not right.
And not the A number. You don't. What do you mean you don't know the A number of that road? It's very important for Andy to know about the anus of roads. Mate, it was so good to see you on Friday.
Yes.
At Andy's exhibition.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
A bit weird, to be honest. Well, obviously wanted to go and show my support.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what was down there, what I would find. I'd heard a few rumours that me and the Milburn boys were sort of part of it a little bit because we did a European tour with them.
Yeah.
Around the same time he was taking these photographs. And anyway, I walked in and you were stood right in front of it at the time.
I was.
And there was this huge picture of me as a 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And it sort of like took me back a little bit actually.
Yeah.
And I like whizzed down memory lane incredibly fast and all these images. It was a really like nice moment. And I think a lot of people felt that this weekend who lived through that period of time. Definitely. James O'Hara were texting me saying he's like, he got quite emotional.
Yeah.
After having seen it, and I totally get that. Yeah.
It was proper special, and I was kind of really happy for Andy as well because you could see like the happiness in his face. It was like a real positive kind of release, and everybody being there and like I've never been that close to a Mercury Award before, and I was like, I know that album did bits or whatever, but I was like, I didn't realize it won a Mercury. That sort of just sailed over my head.
It won everything. I think it won PFA Player of the Year. Do you know what I mean? And Wimbledon.
Yeah. And yeah, Henman was fuming about it. Yeah, couldn't believe it. But yeah, that picture of you, like looking back on that now as a dad Maxine today, as we were saying before.
Chords on.
Is it like kind of mad because you were a boy in that picture?
Yeah. Well, it was all. I mean, even prior to that was crazy. I was in a band with my brother, that would become Milburn at 13, 14 years old.
What were you called when you were?
All sorts of weird stuff. I mean, Milburn's a bad name as it is, so I think we went through a phase of being called Echo Red for a little bit.
Okay.
There's a story behind that, but it's not particularly interesting. Oh well, it might be for Sheffield listeners. We also all used to play for a football team called Ecclesfield Red Rose.
Nice.
So for about 6 weeks we were Echo Red. And then Milburn, I mean, I don't know why I'm telling this story. I hate this story. Only because I've told it for 20 years. Milburn was someone's surname and the kind of betters that we wouldn't call out, but it's a terrible, terrible name. I mean, it's never going to be worse than Arctic Monkeys. So
No.
You know what I mean?
Not.
At least they're bad at that. What was I going to say? Yeah. Young. That's what we're on about.
Yeah, you were young.
Very young. And I was doing my A-level homework in studio kitchens whilst we were recording. I remember writing essays in kitchens whilst the other lads might be doing their vocal takes or their drum takes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And when we got our first record deal, my dad had to sign it for me.
Wow.
Because I wasn't legally old enough. And we'd do stuff like drive to Manchester.
Yeah.
And not be allowed to play because I didn't have ID that were 18. So we got thrown out of our own gig before. It was all very strange.
Is that rock and roll as fuck, or is it just quite sad? I
don't know.
What,
no, it's
cool,
they
didn't let you in at all, and you're
no,
like, all these people are here to see me. They're in my t-shirts and that, and
yeah, this early days. We weren't like packing out the Apollo. Don't get me wrong, but the bouncers were like, no, you're not 18, go away. I know, but we're playing tonight. No, you're not playing anywhere, mate. So we had to go back over the old Snakes Pass.
Andy hated that. Did you see the look of fear in his eyes? Fuming.
Afraid of snakes, isn't he?
So for anybody that doesn't know who we're here with this week, sat with Joe Carnall Jr. Given that
there is a reason for that. That's not just like trying to be different. I mean, I'm obviously trying to stand out on it, but my granddad was called Joe Carnall.
Yeah.
So he's Joe Carnall Senior, and there's a reason I went to this, because my cousin is also Nick O'Malley, the bass player of the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Very Sheffield. And I'm not just saying that just to name drop. Went to London to see the Monkeys, Nick. But also a lot of my family had gone because it was a big, I don't know where it was, somewhere big in London, as they do.
They do play big venues these days.
They do, don't they? It wasn't the Barfly, put it that way. And I went to the guest list and I said my name. And they were like, "You're not on." I went, "I am on." Like, he's just texted me, "I'm on." So we had a back and forth for 10, 15 minutes. They're coming on in a minute. What's going on? You know, the usual. And we're in London. I sound like Neil Warnock. We're in London. Don't get out in London. So they weren't being particularly pleasant about it.
Yeah.
And transpired that my granddad had gone in on my guest list using his own name. Do you get that? So, like, they crossed my name off because my granddad had used my name.
And the bouncer's like, "You're not coming in on either rate. You're not old enough."
You're not old enough, and your name's already been taken.
Yeah.
So, to distinguish myself from my granddad, I added Junior.
It's kind of sweet though, isn't it?
It is sweet. He's
Yeah.
passed away now, and I love that man. So,
Oh, mate.
it does make me. Well, just talking about it makes me think of him, which is cool.
It's a lovely story that you once shared a guest list with your granddad. I don't think that many people will be able to tell that story, right?
My granddad was amazing. He just on the. I talked about the Arctic Monkeys a lot. I'm sure that's going to come up a bit anyway, but
Yeah, it's just
it's not. You know, that's how it is. But one of my favourite things about my granddad is when they won that Brit Award.
Yeah.
And Nick went on stage to accept the speech. It's the famous like mic drop Alex thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, like bill me after or whatever he said.
Yeah.
And so that was quite a sensational moment, wasn't it, in British pop culture?
Mate, of course.
When he got that. But I went around to my granddad's that weekend. And the Brits are like midweek. I used to go around my nan and granddad's on a Saturday morning. And did you see our Nick on TV? I thought, what about, he was going to mention something about Al's speech or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah. Can you believe it?" I said, "What?" And our Nick went on with a can of Boddingtons, right?
Yeah.
And he went, "Can you believe it?" I said, "What?" He goes, "Do you mean what? What's he supping Boddingtons for? It should be John Smith's." He was absolutely fuming. Because he always used to have a crate of John Smith's in his outhouse. And he was fuming over Boddingtons, and that's...
You get a bit of a dressing down when he saw him at Christmas or whatever then.
I don't care where you've been, sunshine.
Can of John Smith.
You should have some Smiths, yeah. There you go.
That's fantastic, man. So those early days, you guys in Milburn, you were touring with Monkeys. One thing that Andy said when he came on was that if it wasn't for you guys, there would be no Arctic Monkeys. Because he said that in some of their practices, one of the first songs that they all learned as a band and they used to practice to figure out how to play their instruments was Steel Town.
Oh, was it?
By you guys, which was like an early demo.
Very early, yeah.
Pre-album stuff.
Yeah.
Like Rob Beckett sharing you on his Instagram stories and all that as his favourite band. I listened to that the other day. It's such a banger, man.
The riff's pretty good, isn't it?
And you guys are, you've said in another podcast with a friend of this, Carl Maloney, you're saying you guys are quite inspired by Thin Lizzy.
Yeah,
and
that's
that kind of rock and roll sound.
That dual guitar thing. All our dads were into Thin Lizzy, you see.
Right.
So we grew up with that. And I don't know if you know Phil Lynott. 6 foot plus mixed race fella from Dublin.
Yeah.
One of the coolest people of his era. Played bass. That's the one I wanted to play bass.
Yeah.
Great melodic songwriter. People just dismiss Thin Lizzy as a rock band, which they obviously are, and there's stupidly long solos.
Yeah.
But at the heart of that, there's loads of songs you could just play on acoustic.
Yeah.
So we are in love and we're in love with Thin Lizzy. Actually, on our our last show we've done and last show we might ever do, the Rock and Roll Circus thing, we sort of slipped in a Thin Lizzy tune halfway through a song.
Which one did you play?
We played a cowboy song, I think. Yeah, we played a cowboy song.
Nice.
We did the breakdown and the lads worked out the guitars and stuff. And for us, that was like the highlight of the gig.
Wow.
And everyone was just staring at us, but we didn't really care.
Yeah.
We fed it into one of our songs. It was pretty cool.
It's proper special, like what you guys achieved with that band. I mean, I was saying to you before we started, I actually didn't get to catch you guys first time round because I think even when you toured with Monkeys, I didn't go and see them on that tour. I think I saw them early days Enemy tour, and then like not until much later I didn't see them there was a period of like 10 years where I didn't see them. So like I think Andy was in the band when I first saw them, and then he wasn't when I next saw them basically. And then so I caught you guys 2016. I think it was when you came. Was it 2015, 2016?
They'll come back.
Comeback gigs, mate. How was that? Was it 4 or 5 nights sold out?
We did 4 nights sold out in Sheffield, which was best part of 10,000 tickets.
That's bonkers, isn't
Which
it?
is for a band. I mean, it's a really nice story, isn't it, when you get to this point?
Beautiful.
For a band that was largely derided in the press as just some like Monkeys cover band, which is really, really unfair and quite harsh on like an 18, 19-year-old lad trying to figure himself out. And all my other bandmates, they were 19, 20. They were like a year older.
Dude.
So it's a lot to hit you. And we kind of left, I've said this before, but Milburn sort of split up in a bit of a huff, I think, looking back, a bit of a like teenage huff. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna be able to process all of that stuff at that age?
Yeah.
And who's there to tell? Like, I guess now you can look back as a dad and be like, how do you even guide any kids that age and say like, oh, by the way, in 20 years or whatever, you might not feel this way.
Yeah.
Because you just feel it at the time, don't
yeah,
you?
I've said it before, like the advice should have been, lads, just don't make another record, go away, go to Vietnam, whatever.
Yeah.
We had a bit of money, go
Yeah.
and do that, and then you'll probably like each other again in 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
And do it all and feel refreshed and revived. Anyway, we didn't, but then we would never have had this amazing comeback tour that we did. And
Yeah.
I remember on the morning of those shows, we put 2 out, I think, to start. And we thought, like, it's 4,500 tickets. That's
Yeah.
a lot of tickets. And they literally went in about 2 minutes.
It's unbelievable.
And we're talking about clipboard. I was in his office at the academy, and he looked at me like, "What do we do?"
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we do another one? Yeah. And that sold out
Yeah.
instantly.
Come on.
Oh God, what do we do? And then we ended up agreeing to put a 4th one on it. It was just insane. And that weekend was brilliant. It was such a laugh.
I went to the first one that you did back.
Yeah.
So I guess that would have been, was it a Tuesday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Or was it
No, it's
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Thursday,
Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Thursday, Friday,
Maybe
Saturday,
it might
Sunday.
be Wednesday. You might be right.
Either way, I was at the first night, and having never seen you guys before back in the day, I do apologise for this, but I need to
No
ask.
offense.
I need to ask about super styling.
Ah, right, yeah.
So good. So before you guys play, super
Yeah.
styling comes on, and I'm like, that's probably up there with my favourite dance tunes ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, but super styling comes on, the lights are dropping, and the whole of Sheffield in that room goes bananas. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a tune, but like, what's going on? And when that kicks in, the whole room is bouncing, man. Why
Yeah.
super styling?
Why not? I
Yeah,
suppose the
yeah.
answer. I suppose when you're in an indie band, I think you've got to play something that's quite juxtaposed in terms of the palette.
Yeah.
So when you come on and play your guitars, it's a nice contrast. But we had to. You obviously want something to create an atmosphere and create an energy, and that's got such a long introduction that sort of builds and builds and builds and builds. And we know we had a crowd that were ready to sort of bounce around.
Oh man.
And when it drops, we'd always walk out on that drop, and we'd go out, and before we played a note, the whole crowd's bouncing.
So good.
So you're like, you've won. You don't really have to do much.
Was it always super styling, or did this just
For a
happen like
long
by
time,
sort of
it
accident?
used to be Toots and the Maytals. Oh no, it used to be Scatterlights.
Yeah.
This might have to be an edit. I can't
That's
remember.
all right.
Guns of Navarone. That's what
Nice.
it used to be, and it used to be the specials version because we had we were banging to 2-tone for about 6 weeks.
Nice.
But it ended up doing one of the songs, "Storm in the Teacup's" got like a skank in it, and yeah, we had a 2-tone moment. So we did that for a bit because we all used to like dance around. That used to get us up for it, but probably the best and biggest gigs were super styling because you know when it rumbles through a massive PA and the lights happen and all that.
It's such a big tune, like whenever I hear it. But in that particular instance, like I'll never forget, like not knowing about it and then seeing the whole of Sheffield go absolutely bonkers. Because there's fans in that room, like super fans of you guys, that hadn't seen you in nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
And they heard super styling and they were just like, it's about to fucking go off.
Everyone knew.
And did you start? I think you started with Well
Yeah.
when you came on, and I was like, it's almost like you wrote that song for the comeback because the first line, I was like, I can't hear him sing. Is his mic on? Because everyone in the room was so like in full vocal, man. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, looking back, I mean, our achievements might not be as, international as others, but I know we've probably done one of the best gigs in that room's ever seen. Do you know what I mean? In terms of an atmosphere and a togetherness, the whole room's just took off. It was one of the best crowds I've ever seen.
It was really special for me, and I mean, I don't really like, go to loads of gigs, and I do festivals and I DJ and I play places and stuff, and so I watch a lot of music, and that was just a real kind of, it felt very personal. It was just delivered in such a good, and you really serviced the fans, like what they wanted, and then went on to do another album afterwards. And
yeah, we did a few tours. We talked about it today with my pal Ed. We did a couple of European tours as well, just because we were like, no one in Europe really cares about us, but we had the chance to go there. And we thought, well, we're just doing it because, you should do those things.
Yeah, man.
It was a really lovely period, actually. And, if it's done, it's fine. But I think we've sort of resolved the story. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of people growing up with the band that they couldn't see. Yeah. And now we've sort of said we gave everyone a good chance to come and see us.
It's settled kind of the unrest as well, maybe the abrupt ending.
Yeah, and I think we've sort of got our rewards as well a little bit.
Definitely.
We cut ourselves short and we felt a bit unloved. And I think we got it all back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. In between the times as well, you've never stopped making music. So, but from when Milburn disbanded, 2008 was it?
Yeah.
To 2016, you're also putting out music with Book
Club straight away. Yeah, we're doing that pretty much.
Was that so? That was immediately after Milburn finished.
It was weird. So the immediate thing I did, we did the last gig for Milburn in May 2008, and I signed on to a history course in Sheffield University by September. Nice. And I was just saying before we started recording that I can't really sit still in that sense. I always have to. I do worry if I didn't have a proper job. Probably that's why I need teaching to keep me busy. Yeah, I'm always got to be busy. I'm too busy, but that's how I like it. Yeah, and I probably work well under pressure like that. So yeah, and it was the same in music. So it's right. Another set of lads, another group of friends I'd had since I was 12 at secondary school. Yeah, we did the band, the Book Club, and we had some amazing times there as well. It was a lovely time actually, and it was doing all the stuff I wanted to do that I couldn't do in Milburn because there were 4 very big personalities. Right. So I had a bit more freedom, a bit more. I don't know. It was kind of an era for me that I was into bands like Vampire Weekend and whatnot, like interesting indie stuff. Yeah,
there's a bit more, I guess, as you grow up as well. So Milburn, you're like teenage band, aren't they? They're like you're making a lot of noise, you're playing fast. Yeah, you're writing songs that are kind of, maybe later on your lyrics have definitely developed and sort of grown as you've grown up. And
I mean, that's a polite way of saying things. They were pretty crap at the start, which they were.
But I think there's some beautiful lyrics from the Milburn days as well. I think there's some really nice stuff in there.
It's all, I mean, I'm old enough now to realise that you should never, you have to accept that what you did was how you felt at that time. Yeah. And it might not be, it shouldn't be how you feel now because it means you're evolving as a person, as an artist. So there's always going to be bits like, well, I wouldn't do that again, but good, you're 38, you shouldn't do that again. Yeah. But when you're 19, it felt right, and you should stand by it. You shouldn't be ashamed and hide away from that. I wrote that song at that point because that's how I felt. And if I didn't feel strongly enough about it, I wouldn't have put it out, and I did put it out. Yeah. So stand by what you did.
It's kind of like a bad tattoo.
Yes.
I feel that way about tattoos. People go, I regret having that tattoo. And it's like, no, you got that tattoo at a time where it's like, it reminded you of something. Like, look back at it and be like, it's a fucking beautiful tattoo. That's how I think about tattoos.
You must have felt the conviction.
Exactly, yeah.
So if someone in your skin.
Is that anything to do with your Harry Potter tattoo?
No, not at all. I love Harry Potter till I die. So
I've got no choice now, I don't think.
It's not a real Harry Potter tattoo.
It's a running joke.
Apparently, apparently. But what is it? The Triwizard
I go,
Tournament or something?
actually, I get all geeky about it. I go, actually, it's I can't even remember what it fucking is now. What is it? It's mental alchemy. That's what it is. Symbols put together to mean something.
And as a man of tattoos, Andy's obviously not saying anything because he's having loads removed at the minute, which is outrageous, isn't it? All over his body.
It's crazy, honestly. You don't want to see him take his top off.
Leg sleeves, arm sleeves.
Wild.
Like a Hell's Angel over there.
Yeah. Like a Hell's Angel.
Shocking, really. Yeah. An assault on the eyes.
Absolutely. Going back to lyrics briefly.
Yes.
So as a older version of you, going back to sing those Milburn lyrics, was it like, I would have written, you wouldn't have written it differently, but like, Was it nice to revisit? Was it difficult?
Not particularly difficult, in a sense that they're just like hardwired into me.
Yeah.
I knew all the lyrics without really thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The only difficulty I found was there was one or two songs where I were like, not that they weren't good songs, and I get why we did it at the time, but they just felt a little bit misogynistic, if I'm totally honest.
Right.
Not that we did anything wrong at the time, because the room full of people were singing it with us.
Yeah, yeah.
But just times, you know, some of them songs, I know we split up 8 years prior, but we might have written them songs 15 years in total.
Yeah, yeah.
And things change. And one or two, I just didn't feel. I did tell the lads, like, I don't really feel comfortable singing this. It wasn't that bad, you know.
Yeah, no.
Most
of
people
course.
wouldn't even notice.
Yeah.
But to me, if there was just a little thing in it that I didn't want to sing, I'm like, well, should we just not do the song? Because it was it's lad culture music, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a laddie time.
It was
wasn't
a very laddie time.
It was a laddie time.
And that was the culture of the time.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't. Yeah, there's certain things you don't have to do again, sort of thing.
Mate, absolutely, yeah. And those songs from that time made people feel a certain thing in that time. So when you're playing them now, for nostalgia's sake, I suppose the people that have gone to see you then or listened to your music and grew up with it and then went, oh, like it's so good to hear those songs again because it reminds them of how they felt back then. And for me, it didn't make me feel like that. I was just like, I'd never seen this band before. When I moved to Sheffield, a friend of mine was doing a gig above the Grapes, which might be one of the last ones that ever was there.
Maybe.
And he said he was driving in his car, driving us there. And I was like, what's this? And he was like, oh, this is Milburn. How do you not know Milburn? And I was like, I don't know. And he just gave me the CD. He went, listen to that. I took it home. Just like my first 2 weeks of uni, I listened to your first two albums. And I was like, oh, it reminds me of that time kind of thing. It was a bit later, but
well, yeah, and I think
it was nice.
That's what music does, doesn't it? That's what your senses do. That's what a smell does.
Yeah,
that's what a movie does. I don't know, all these things. It just transports you instantly, and nothing sort of penetrates as much as music. And I'm saying that from someone who's written a show about Alzheimer's and the power of music to connect. Like, it's just it's magic. It's the closest thing I think we've got to magic. In terms of the feeling that's evoked from a sound.
I really want to talk about that then. So that we'll jump forward a little bit and then go backwards if that's okay, because you have got a musical. Mm-hmm. You've written a musical. Mm-hmm. Not only are you a teacher and a dad of three, you're also a writer of musicals.
I'm a playwright now.
Playwright.
Yes.
That's real classy.
Yeah, it was a bloody headache, and it's taken me quite a few years. But I knew I was in for that. Yeah. I spoke to a friend right at the start, Jonathan Buttrell, who'd seen Jamie off the ground. You know, everyone's talking about Jamie.
Yes.
I think he directed it. Had a huge hand in it. And I remember the first conversation. Look, I've got this idea. I've written something down, not a lot. And he was like, well, all right, cool, sounds good. But you need to know that this is going to take a long time. You know, just starting something from scratch in an industry you know nothing about.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit of a idiot like that in a good way. I've got quite a can-do attitude. I think, well, someone else can do it. I'll have a go.
Definitely.
And if it goes up in flames, it goes up in flames. But you'll never know unless you have a crack at it. So I thought, yeah, I'll go on then. I'll see how far I get. And I was just saying earlier that COVID became a bit of a blessing for me personally, because it afforded me the time to think about it. I was a teacher, so I couldn't really go into work, couldn't really do an awful lot apart from some online lessons where some kids would pretend that they're listening to you and they'd be playing Call of Duty instead. So that was weird, but it did give me a bit of time to plow into it. And it was before I had one child at that point, maybe two. I have so many, I forget the names.
It's like tattoos. Sorry, carry on.
It afforded me the time and the space to really get stuck into it.
So tell us a little bit about the musical, where the idea sort of came from, and how you managed to get it to a point of where it's happened.
So it's called How Could I Forget? And it's, well, the way I usually tell this is that 10 years ago, my Glaswegian-born granddad, Shugs, died with Alzheimer's disease around 10 years ago. So I'd had all those personal experiences, and you know, it's quite a trauma with a lowercase t for people living around people with dementia and Alzheimer's.
Definitely.
Never mind the suffering that they're going through themselves. So I suppose what stuck with me was watching him sort of go from man to child again.
Yeah.
You know, like a Benjamin Button scenario.
Mate, definitely. I get that.
Which is pretty harrowing for everyone concerned, especially the actual sufferer. So that obviously stuck in my head, and those personal experiences. You know, there's things that made it into the show. Like, I remember being in the living room one day, and he just looked at me and went, "What do you do then?" And I went, "Oh, I'm your grandson Joe. I'm at university. All right, watching telly. So what do you do then?" "I'm Joe." So I did that a couple of times, and then I just started taking the piss because I thought, well, I might as well get some fun out of it. "What do you do then?" "Oh, I'm a snooker player, Grandad. I'm at Crucible. If you watch telly, you might see me next week." "All right, great. So what do you do then?" And then, "I'm a estate agent, Grandad." I took him all these things.
Wow.
Just because I knew if he was there being himself, he'd chuckle at that anyway.
Yeah.
And I suppose I had to sort of entertain myself in a weirdly tense situation because no one trained you for that. You know, I was a young man at the time, so I wasn't, you know, up to speed with how to be around that situation. And stuff like that, bits like that have made it into the show. There's another time I took my granddad to Hillsborough Baths, and he were well on with the disease by this point.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, sod it. So we went down Big Slide at Hillsborough Baths. Because I was just thinking it might be the last time he gets to go.
Yeah.
So he comes out like a drowned rat. I thought I killed him at one point. But he loved it. He absolutely loved it. And then we couldn't get changed. And I'm literally showering and dressing him.
Yeah.
Which was, you know, a thing. And these are the
It's
things.
it's humbling.
It is.
Yeah.
But that's what he did for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
of course. Yeah.
You do as you need, as you're required of your family, sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And anyway, so that obviously made a mark in my head. And then a couple of years later, I saw a documentary about Glenn Campbell. Do you know Glenn Campbell?
Yeah, the musician.
Yeah, like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah.
It's for our viewers at home.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Brilliant session guitarist, Glenn Campbell. Played on like Beach Boys records and all sorts.
I never knew that.
Brilliant guitar player.
Never knew that.
Anyway, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and he went on a 100-date tour of America and parts of Europe. And there's a really good Jules Holland where he's on with the disease. It's a crazy documentary, and that, I mean, it blew me away. So he's like, for example, he's doing one show in some part of America in this theatre of 1,000, 2,000 people. And a lot of the musicians are his kids.
Yeah.
And he's playing a song, and he's got an auto cue underneath him with the lyrics because he needs that.
Yeah.
And he reads it at one point and went, "Play solo." "All right." And he just rips into something amazing.
Wow.
Because because the music's touching a different place.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm going back to what I said earlier.
It's this subconscious, maybe.
It's
stored
muscle
in there.
memory.
Yeah,
It's a different
yeah.
part of your brain.
Yeah.
And then at another point, like I say, his kids are in the band, and he goes, "Right, I'm going to introduce the band," and he's got no chance, bless him. And he gets to this girl, and on keys, guitar, there's and she goes down the mic, "It's me, Daddy."
Oh.
And I was like at home, streaming.
I'm done in.
And she comes to the front, right? So after not knowing who she is, they then start playing dueling banjos. And he absolutely nails it.
Crazy.
And in that sort of 30-second minute, it's such a juxtaposition of how music can still get in there and still make a connection. So I took my own experiences and that documentary and my own love of music.
Yeah.
And around the same time, my wife had bought me a piano for my birthday, which, you know, I can still not play very well, but enough to write on.
Beautiful.
And that sort of all fused together, and I'd had this idea, and then COVID sort of gave me the time to say, right, have a go at it and see how far you get.
Yeah.
I've seen videos on YouTube of people with Alzheimer's, and they play music to them.
You're talking about the guy that gets the headphones put on him and his eyes just light up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
It's
it's so true what you're saying about like music, and it really like taps into something deep in you, even when you do have that. I lost my nan to Alzheimer's. It was like, I remember seeing her at the old people's home. It was just fucking devastating, man.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing like just lose the memory. It's just crazy. So it's wild. It's such a wild disease.
It's crazy. And every time you're reintroducing yourself.
Yeah.
And every time you're trying to be the loveliest version of yourself, but that must be exhausting for that my nanan, for example, who was left behind, you know,
Mm.
or that other close person.
Alzheimer's nan over here as well. It was like some days I'd speak to my grandma on the phone, and she'd be like, "Oh, it's a lovely day here today. The sun's come out, the rain's gone away. The flowers are coming out in the garden. It's a lovely spring morning." She'd know everything. Then the next minute, she'd be like, "Who am I talking to?"
Yeah.
And it would come and go, and it's
They say it's diabetes of the brain, apparently.
Really.
That's what
Really?
scientists are like coming out with. They're doing more studies on it, and they think it might be like linked to diabetes and stuff, which is crazy.
Really?
wow. I never knew
I
that.
mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure in the next generation they'll have cracked the code.
I hope
We're
so,
getting
man.
closer.
Yeah, it's such a fucking crazy one.
Yeah.
Well, you'd
Yeah.
just rather all these, particularly of a certain generation, all these stoic men and women, all these proud men and women, they would just rather go.
Yeah.
I know my
I
granddad
think
would have.
I would.
Well, I would, yeah.
Mm.
And this sounds incredibly weird to say, and if you clip this up in isolation, it may sound like the Führer. But God bless him, my granddad died of a stroke,
Yeah.
and that was at that point was the best thing that could have happened to him.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I,
You know what I
I
mean?
understand the sentiment for sure. Yeah.
And suppose just your two stories right there, I think exemplifies that a word? Exemplifies why the show's been really well received and impactful, because all
Yeah.
it does, it's kind of my story. It's poetic license, a lot of it, but all
the-
it does is hold a mirror up to people.
Did the slide bit make it in?
What? Oh no, the
water
slide bit didn't. The
'Cause that's beautiful.
what do you do then? Did that
Yeah.
made it, there was loads of things that you get to the process and you realise you understand about editing and the pace of scenes and tension within scenes. That's a different world, but
Yeah.
bags and bags of stories. But yeah, we did 2 shows in the drama studio in Sheffield, and it was heavy. It was heavy.
Wow.
There was the intervals were mental. It was like Passchendaele. Everyone's crying. There's snot everywhere. It's just in a great way.
Yeah.
And the best review I got was for the 2 nights I sat in different places. On the second night I sat further up, but everyone knew I were not to be a twat, but obviously
Yeah.
I'd invited them down essentially.
Yeah.
And this one woman, she was squeezing past me in the interval with a daughter, and they'd just both gone.
Mm.
And the best review I got some amazing reviews. It got. She just looked at me and went in pure Sheffield, "You fucker." And yeah, great.
That says it
Best
all.
2-word review I could have had, yeah.
That would look great on print.
We would, wouldn't it?
You fucker.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important to stress at this point, it's not meant to be doom and gloom. That the story is not someone gets Alzheimer's and it's really sad, although
No.
that makes a part of it. The essence of it is you've got one man. Well, sorry, I didn't really explain this well. I'll try again.
No, it's fine. It's great. This is great.
There's a living room piano, and the Grandad Jack McBride, tells you his life story through the living room piano. That's the premise, and it's punctuated by the visits of his grandson Billy.
Wow.
So as we look back, as Jack's disintegrating, that's the wrong word. As Jack's declining, on his decline, we look back at moments in his life, key moments. So we'd go back to like national service. We go back to how he met his wife Jean. So that they're in a working men's club and he has a scrap. We go back to a trip to Bridlington Beach where they're sharing a bag of chips and he gets the key out that he's bought this apartment. And we flash back. All the while, his grandson's coming to visit him and he's lost in the world and he wants some of his granddad's charm and charisma to rub off on him because he's not got that.
Yeah.
And when you see Jack's decline and Billy's, towards the end, his arc is he's got something for his granddad. He's found out what he needs to do to be all right.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of crossover moment. That's what his granddad's left him. That's his legacy.
That's beautiful, man. Really, really, really. Like, how do you go from from writing indie bangers at 18, 19 to becoming a playwright and getting your fucker reviews? It's such a lane shift, isn't it? It's amazing that you've mastered both. Like.
Well, maybe Jack of all
Well,
trades
yeah,
is more
but-
appropriate.
But got to a point where at least you've created something that's engaged people in the same way that indie guitar music had done 20 years ago.
Yeah,
You've created.
well, fingers crossed. Yeah, it carries on in that vein because it's gone well this year. I don't know. I think my biggest attribute is self-belief.
Yeah.
And a belief that I will have a go at this. I am prepared to look stupid. I'm a teacher, for Christ's sake. You've got to stand up there and look stupid sometimes and be stupid, and you publicly make mistakes and all this sort of thing. And I have probably just got this relentlessness about achieving. It comes with ego.
Yeah,
probably. Well, I mean, depends who you're asking, but definitely. But I think there's a belief, there's an ego, there's a relentlessness, and I always just think, and it stemmed from when I was learning to drive, right? Because when you start learning to drive, not like today when you drive automatics and it's like a go-kart, when you drive manual cars, clutch control's bloody hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you find yourself stalling and looking like a prat. But then like I'd be doing that and someone would drive past and I'm like, well, they're just a normal person. And I know loads of idiots and they can all drive. So I'm going to get this. And I kind of apply that to everything I do. It's like, well, if they can do it, I can have a go.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I love that.
I totally relate to that. There's no better drive for me, and I don't. This is an ego thing as well. There's somebody actually going, you can't do that. I'm like, fuck you then.
Well,
I didn't even probably want to do it in the first
No.
place, but somebody saying, oh no, you won't be able to do that. Okay, no, fuck you then. And then I just become locked in and just I learn it anyway. I just think there's no point in thinking you might not be good at something, but you can learn. A lot of people fucking learn.
And the other thing is,
Have you got to be dead interested in it though? I've got to be at least dead interested in the subject or what I want to do.
you've
And
got
then
to
you just lock
you've
in.
got to care. You've got to care.
yeah.
You've got to have something in there which is pure passion,
Sure.
and that counts for so much more than anything else. And you don't even have to be the best at it. You know what I mean? I'm not the best guitarist. I'm not the best singer. I'm not the best
that's true.
lyricist.
True.
But put all my attributes together, and I make an artist of some nature. I won't be the best playwright. I won't have the best this, that, or the other. But it's the sum of the parts, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's admirable, man. Yeah.
With the songs in the musical, have you
Yeah.
gone for kind of a more musical style, or have you gone for a style similar to your other music?
It's interesting. I got excited because it was a departure. I got to write these big songs with pianos and strings and horns. I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted to do, definitely.
Amazing.
And because of the nature of the piece, oh God, I'm calling it a piece. I've already gone on.
There you go.
Because of the nature of the work,
Playwright over here.
because it does go through the decades a little bit.
Yeah.
So I wanted a bit of that, quite evocative, and it gave each scene or each song a blueprint of what this should sound like, which was quite nice. But then you get Billy's character, the grandson. And part of his thing is he starts a band, and he
Right.
actually wears one of my jackets from 2008, like a feeler jacket, which is quite cool.
That's a great little throwback.
So there was a couple of indie songs in there because that's what he would have been doing at the time.
Yeah.
But I found it really, really, not easy is the wrong word, but sort of clear. What the song needs to happen now, and this is what it needs to say,
Yeah.
and this is how it needs to be, how it feels. This needs to be the vibe. So I've never written to order before, but that kind of, in a weird way, I found it really easy. Because sometimes if you said to you, like, I don't know what your creative thing is, but right, do it now. And you go, I don't know. You've got to feel
Got
that.
too much choice.
Of course you have.
I think if people give me a DJ set and say play whatever you want, I'm always like, that's hard because I like too much
Give
stuff.
me a remix.
And it will be too broad, and therefore it won't make sense. Whereas if they like play something to make me dance, I can, oh, okay, cool, there you go. I can do that.
Absolutely. It's a bit like, remember going, I don't know how old you guys are, but I think we're all similar.
Yeah.
Going into Blockbuster Video.
Oh yeah.
And you just were there for longer than it took to watch the film you actually picked.
Being trapped in
It's
the
just
Netflix
so
homepage,
much-
basically, in
yeah.
real life. Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's true.
The
Wasn't
best
it?
thing about Blockbuster was the bin. You know, the bin where it's got all those weird 80s movies that no one's ever heard
And you
of.
just,
And you're like, oh, that's
I'll
good.
have gone that.
Yeah, me and my mates used to do that at school in sixth form. We used to grab some shit from Blockbuster, slap it on.
That's how we found the film When Saturday Comes,
When
Oh,
Saturday
really?
comes, yeah, man.
which isn't a great film for you because it's
I've
the wrong
seen it.
team.
It's the wrong side.
But
of
it
the
is
stick, I've
Sean
seen it. It's
Bean.
Sean Bean. You
It's Sean
bastard.
Bean.
You bastard.
You bastard.
Yeah.
What is that? What's the line in it? Where'd you get that coat from, Russ? Nice coat, Russ.
Nice cut, Russ. Yeah, fucking hell.
What does annoy me about Sheffield films is the accents sometimes are a bit, we're all stupid. We're really thick, we are.
Especially in When Saturday Comes.
Yeah.
It's very heavy on that.
Get
And I
it, Full
think,
Monty's bad for that as well.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
it's his favourite film.
Full Monty
is.
Full Monty is up there with my favourite films. Yeah, it's just the
I'm saying it's a bad film.
It's the redemption of the men, the redemption of the the situation that they're in. I think it's kind of beautiful.
I promised you I'll watch that again. I watched it once years ago, and I cannot
It is
for
a
the
great
life of me
film.
remember.
It's a great film.
It is a good
But
film.
you know what touches me a little bit more? Brastoff. You seen Brastoff?
Oh, well, good.
Brastoff.
So good.
That bit in the church. What's his name? The actor,
I'm
his
terrible
name?
with actors' names, so I can't tell you. Sorry.
You'll Google it.
Andy, Google it.
He's has to become a clown because he's lost his job down the pit. Oh, he's on strike or he's lost his job. Can't
That's
remember.
right.
And he balls this trick up because gets someone's watch and he actually smashes it to pieces.
Yeah.
And he loses it.
Oh.
And he goes roddy, and the end of the line is Margaret fucking Thatcher lives, and he's gone. And that, the next scene is him hanging himself, dressed as a clown.
Yeah.
It's so visceral.
I've never seen this film. Man.
So visceral.
Brastoff is fantastic.
Rast? Oh,
Brastoff. Yeah.
I'll write it
Fantastic
down on
film.
my. Well, I've got IMDb. I'll do it now.
Yeah, just put it
Brastoff.
underneath Full Monty. He'll watch Brastoff first, for sure. So musical.
Sorry, yes.
No, not at all, mate. How can people see it? Where's it going to be?
Good question. So, we did these 2 preview shows this year just to see if the thing worked, and we're happy to say it works.
Amazing. Yeah, fucker.
Yeah, fucker. So nothing's set in stone yet, and nothing I can announce, but we are looking to book a tour at the end of 2026.
Beautiful. So it's gonna travel. It's not just gonna be in Sheffield. It's gonna go.
To start in Sheffield.
Great.
And do the rounds around the north. We're just hitting the north for the start, and then hopefully finish somewhere local as well.
Amazing.
There'll be multiple nights, so hopefully people can get a ticket.
You have like a touring cast that are gonna, the ones that did the pilot.
Yeah,
They're gonna be in it as well for the other shows.
Keep it tight.
Do you have? I mean, you don't have to tell us who's in it, but are there any of your friends in it? Or of your
They're all my friends
professional
now,
actors?
darling.
Yeah.
No, the professional actors.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an odd world as well. Actors, God, they're a nightmare.
So we were in Fagans.
I'm
I think
joking.
we were in
If you
Fagans
listen.
after one of your previews because
Oh,
we'd done
yeah.
a record here, and then I think a bunch of you had come in.
That was
Lots of thespians in
a good night.
that evening.
That was brilliant.
We-
That was a real good release. Could we bear in mind to learn 2 hours of dialogue
Yeah.
and songs and choreography and
Mhm.
movement? It's a lot of work. These guys are thrown together for a month,
Crazy.
and that's not a long time in Theatreland. We didn't have the budget for any more. So after that last show, to go for a drink with these people,
Yeah.
it's a really special moment, and it was that sticks in my mind as one of my favourite nights of the year by a mile. We had late drinks, put it that way.
Actors-
I won't say the
cut
phrase.
loose. Actors cut loose for sure.
It was
right?
great. But no, they're all. I'd never met a single one of them before, and now I count them as mates. But I suppose the one I can tell you about is Jerry, who plays my granddad, the granddad, not my granddad, Billy's granddad.
Yeah.
And he puts on his Glaswegian accent, but he's from Sheffield. And the funny thing about Jerry is he's like the Poundland version of Sean Bean. Because
Sean Bean.
he's a voiceover guy, Jerry.
Right.
And Sean Bean, O2, see what you can do.
Yeah.
Right. Now you can't afford Sean Bean, can you?
No, it was like he was here then.
Thank you, you bastard. You can't afford Sean Bean, so you get Jerry. So Jerry's the voice of the Supertram.
What?
The next stop by request will be that's Jerry, because they wanted Sean Bean's voice, but Jerry is well cheaper, bless him.
That's amazing.
And I were in Morrison's the other day, like tangerines, 2 for 50, whatever it is.
It's Jerry.
And then I was on hold at Rich Tone Music. Sorry, we can't be with you right now. And I'm like, he's everywhere, this man. He's everywhere. But he's wonderful. He's a great actor, a great singer. And so they all. I mean, I'll name check a few of them. Kathy Breeze does the matriarch Jean. She's got a beautiful voice and she's got a great delivery. And then we'll go with Jamie. What's Jamie's surname? Come on, Jamie. He'll be watching this somewhere. He's fresh into university. It was in his 2nd year now, and he came to
Brilliant.
audition, and he was great, and he looked the right. He suited the unsure kid at the start of the show that we needed.
Yeah.
But when he sang, he was like a little angel. So
That's-
it was great, and they're all great. And it was nice to get to know people in a brand new world. And I found myself stood up in a room sort of directing these people around like, what am I? I know nothing about this.
It's great though, isn't it?
But amazing.
Yeah. But now you've got that experience and it's given you this, I guess it's given you this excitement you can see in you when you're talking about it. You're excited about it.
Well, I want to write, I'm writing something else now. I'm desperate to write more.
There you go.
I just need time. Time's the enemy. Time is my enemy. I've got 5, 6, 7 ideas I want to get stuck into.
Yeah.
But I've also got dishwashers to empty, nappies to change, and packed lunches to make, and A-level essays to mark. So
yeah, that's it.
There's a lot going on.
How do you fit it all in?
Yeah.
I want to cover some of your other musical things in the meantime as well, because we had Andy on a couple of weeks ago. Did a great album with him. Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Yeah.
Mark II.
Yeah, the second coming.
Got the vinyl at home. Forgot to bring it with me. Really annoyed about that.
Oh, okay.
But great album.
Thank
really
you.
Good.
Yeah. Well, Good Cop stuff. Again, how did that come around? I had all these demos kicking around, and I wanted to do like after the book club stuff, after Milburn stuff.
Yeah.
In the guitar world, I thought I like synthy drum machine stuff, and I want to just explore that for a bit. So
just moving out, branching.
Yeah, let's just try that. Because as you do, if they can do it, I can have a go. Let's say I don't own a synth, but I can figure it out.
Yeah.
I made these demos, just classic garage band demos, and I sent it to my other mate, Matthew Elders.
Never heard of him.
Over in LA, and he's like, yeah, it's good that. And I sent him another one. And I don't know if he suggested it or I suggested it. He was like, well, I'm having a studio built in me like garage, so why don't you just come over and we'll just see if we can do anything. So
great.
The best January of my life. I didn't have any January blues. After Christmas, got a flight, went to LA, lived in he had a little bedroom attached to it, lived in his garage for a month, and we made the first Good Cop record. Unbelievable. Which was just a beautiful moment in my life. My wife flew out for a little bit of it with our daughter at the time, which had one child. And it was a really special moment in my life, and working with Matt was hilarious. With all these people I'm name checking, it's not name dropping. It's mates.
Yeah, you were mates with them. Yeah.
It's just mates. And
well, without you, apparently, there would be no that. So it's nice to let you live.
He basically owed me one, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He definitely owed you
for
one
establishing his career.
No, one of the best choruses I think you've written, by the way, "Time Crisis."
Yeah,
Is it about the game? For I've never played it.
Well, that sounded a bit Shakespeare-esque. For I've never played the game.
I'm in the room with the playwright. I've got to be.
Yes, you do.
I've got to step up my word game.
Well, it's just wordplay. In that Time Crisis was, is the concept that I felt like I'd hit a part of my life where I don't know what I'm doing next.
Yeah.
So I always have this tension in my life. Do I do more music? Do I be a responsible father and get a proper job and a full 9 to 5, 5-day-a-week thing, or do I sack it all off and go troubadouring around the country? So I think, stuck in a crisis, but not the one you played down in the arcade when you were younger. It's like, right, well, I'm at a bit of a crossroads here. And then the chorus is, can't you see why I'm smiling? I don't know how I survived. The boy was struck by lightning and gave thunder a black eye.
That's it.
Sorry, I'm just
so good. When it comes in, I was so sort of taken aback by it because it was such a big chorus, and I was like, whoa, this is amazing. It's just such a good, from where you started with Milburn lyrically, it's like such a big evolution, and obviously it is because
it's an 18-year-old kid going to a
versus
30-year-old man at that point.
But also still such good songwriting.
Thank you
from both things, and I just wanted to say, I just love that song.
That's really cool because what I normally get is, I love Well. I love Sending the Boys, which is brilliant. But also in my head, I'm like, it's good, but it's for me, it's not got the weight of some of the other stuff of the recent stuff. But then I get it. People love people's first records.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the record you did with Andy,
was
in Sheffield.
Yeah, so obviously by
in
that
Andy's
point,
studio.
I got 3 kids by that point. There's no way I'm getting a pass to LA for a month.
Yeah.
And it just got to the point I had another bunch of songs, and I was like, right, what do I do with this? Well, Andy's sort of comes from more of a hip hop world.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, wouldn't it be interesting to get this synth sound and see what he does with it?
Yeah.
Similar situation. He had a studio in his back room. He wanted to play around with stuff. we obviously known each other for 20 years. We know we're going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So we just went in there and it's got a couple of songs I'm incredibly proud of on that record.
Some moving bits on that, man.
Yeah, there's a song called I Cried for a Friend.
Yeah.
About my mate Anthony Allen, who died a couple of years ago, and I could not sing that vocal. I feel like I'm going to cry now. I still,
Dude.
I don't think I'd ever do it live because I couldn't. But I remember the vocal takes, and I was just in a rut.
Yeah.
You know, I kept getting to a word, and I just couldn't finish the word.
Yeah.
So the vocal on that's like really chopped up because there was no way I could do a full take.
Yeah.
And we were trying to distract me with some football on or something like that, and I just couldn't do it. And I kept apologising, as you do as as the Hugh Grant English person that we all become sometimes. I'm incredibly sorry, I don't have permission. And obviously, Andy's going, "Don't be so blooming stupid."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's I guess the beauty of doing it with Andy is like he understands the importance of it, the poignance of it, and the difficulty of you singing it, and the reason why it's so difficult.
yeah, and I'm prepared to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And if you can get if you're a producer, you can get the artist to completely expose themselves, you're going to get to the gold, aren't you?
Definitely. I didn't know that song was about Ant. He was a great guy. Really great guy.
Yeah. It was Fran's sister. There's a lyric in it about, and she's not married.
Yeah.
But I had this vision of like on the morning of a wedding and a brother's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're the moments where you miss people, don't you?
Definitely.
The big ones, and they were so close. I don't know. And I think she's got a tattoo of it now, or a friend has it. It's quite sweet, and she texted me saying how grateful she was. So that's, if nothing else, no one needs to buy this. Right? I don't care.
No, but
I've done something for that person.
It is a really special record. And I was really impressed. Not that I expected that it was going to be rubbish, but like, I was like particularly impressed by it because it was such a step away from what I knew you to do.
Yeah.
But you did a great job with it, and I'm really excited now to see what you've done with this musical because you're clearly just a very gifted songwriter, and that's what you do, right?
Oh yeah, I could do with a dose of this once a week if you.
apart from teaching history.
If you remind me about it, I think because you do it, everyone has the doubts, don't they?
Yeah.
And when I'm like in the belly of the beast we're teaching, I'm like, this is what I should do. This is where I'm good. This is whatever.
Yeah.
Because songwriting or creativity and whatever guise it comes is quite sporadic, and it's not always rewarding.
No.
Well, mostly not rewarding, particularly financially.
No. Not now, anyway. Even
it's
worse.
impossible, isn't it? It's almost impossible, but
yeah,
you just got to do the thing. And this is why I'm still teaching. You do the thing where you don't watch the clock.
Yeah.
When I write a song, I could spend 9 hours sat in that room doing it.
Yeah.
And and when the day is up, I want to stay longer. And when you find that thing that you're into that does that for you, you've found what you should be doing with your time.
Yeah.
And I think we all have that. Or some of us have never found it.
Yeah.
But if you can find it, that's the genius, isn't it?
That's real
Secret
beautiful.
That's one
sauce.
thing I'm terrible at. I'm just writing lyrics. I'm fucking terrible at it. You're fucking good at writing lyrics.
I really resonate with songwriting, and I love sitting there writing lyrics. I couldn't give less of a fuck about the sound of a kick drum.
See,
Yeah.
I'm the
That's
complete
Andy's world, Dave's world.
Yeah.
They
That's
love
complete
that.
opposite, yeah.
I could sit there and
Yeah.
I could sit there and prat around with words for so long, which is why I think I resonate so much with your songwriting because first of all, it's very playful. Even from the early stuff, it's very playful.
Mm.
There's a cheekiness to it, and then as you grow and you mature and your sound develops and your influences sort of broadened, there's a growth to it and just descriptiveness and depth to it that I'm like, you don't get that with every lyric. You don't get that with every lyricist, and I've always appreciated the way you write songs. I think it's brilliant.
That's really kind.
Leanne takes the piss out of me for my. She was like, because she's really good with words as well. She's a writer. She wants to become an author. She writes a lot. She never shows me any of her work. She's so embarrassed.
Really?
When she has done, it's fucking sick. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do that at all. And she takes the piss out of me because I listen to. I mean, I think Joe Carnall was a great lyricist, but she's takes the piss out of the Idols. She's like, oh, you just listen to your "And the Gun Goes Bang Bang" song, and I just go on, you just fuck up. I'm like, I don't know, I just like his.
Yeah, but isn't that brilliant? Like
That's
we're
it,
all
that's-
built so differently. We're
Yeah.
all made differently, And then there's something out there for everyone, like if you're into idols and their lyrics and you
I
don't
fucking
get it,
love them,
that's
yeah.
great though, isn't it?
No,
Like,
absolutely.
there is some artists, I'm not saying idols, I quite like idols, that you just don't get.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
100%.
they can do 20,000 tickets somewhere. You're like, well, I don't get it. So,
Taylor Swift.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Just not for me.
I
It's not
saw
for me.
it.
I don't think it's aimed at you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shock, yeah.
Did you see the video?
Sorry, Swifties.
Did you see the video recently? I think I don't know if I sent it to you, Andy. Some guy dressed up as MF Doom, put the
Right.
MF Doom like mask on, made out of tinfoil, and delivered Taylor Swift lyrics as MF Doom.
I remember this actually.
over a hip hop beat, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's it. That's it. It's all so circumstantial and how it's
Yeah.
presented and who
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
presented
yeah.
by."
It sounded sick.
And yeah, it did sound
did.
sick.
I
It
was like,
sounded
oh.
great. They're Taylor Swift lyrics just over a hip hop beat.
Yeah, and
By
so
a guy
you dig
garnished,
that
right?
world.
By a
and
guy
that,
cosplaying as MF Doom. Yeah, that's it. If you appreciate hip hop music or you appreciate whatever, that may be what tickles it for
I
you.
forgot I saw that clip, you know. It's fucking
Yeah.
sick, yeah.
Crazy.
I was like, oh, I actually might like Taylor Swift if it was just on a different plate.
Yeah,
Mate,
if it was served differently.
Served differently, yeah.
yeah, that's it. Just what was it? A new fresh plate, fresh bowl.
He's taking piss out of me there because when I was young, I used to clean plate, clean bowl.
Clean plate, clean bowl.
Whenever I used to have another meal with beans and sausage and beans, I couldn't have the same thing. I don't know why. I'm realising I'm probably on the spectrum somewhere now. Just after all these years, but I remember saying to mum and dad, like, "No, clean plate, clean bowl. You got to wash it up." Mum and dad was like, "Why?" I was like, "No, I can't have it. You got a fresh plate, fresh bowl, some more beans on toast."
And your mum used to do it, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
She enabled this.
She
She
enabled
did
it.
enable it.
She didn't
And
stop
what-
it.
Fuck you, Suzanne.
And what
Love you, mum.
what broke it is when you went to school or something, wasn't it? And they
I
were
think I
like,
just-
"We're not giving you clean plate, clean bowl." You
I
get
think I
what you
just
give
grew
them.
up, mate. I think that's
Yeah.
what happened. I was
Yeah.
just like, and I got my own house. I realised, fuck it, fuck this. Yeah,
When you had to do your own washing up, you
Sure.
were like, "I'm not doing this
Yeah.
anymore."
sure.
I
I'll
could
eat-
either stick to my guns
Yeah.
here or
I'll eat
uh,
apple crumble off a gravy bowl.
Yeah.
yeah. All
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
When it comes to supporting you these days through music and stuff, I really wanted to ask you this question: where's the best place for people to like buy your music from and stuff?
oh,
Because obviously Spotify streaming all that stuff is difficult.
you know what?
And
I
it's
don't.
just not great.
I don't know. I'm really really rubbish with anything like this, and I need to switch on
Yeah,
because I don't know. The phrase monetizing something makes you feel nauseous, doesn't it? But at
Absolutely.
the end of the day, we all need this to survive and to make more money.
Yeah.
So
by the way, sorry about the adverts in this episode. We've done that. We've monetized.
yeah, but you have
HMRC will probably jump in a minute, tell you about how to turn tax digital. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm sorry.
to.
Yeah,
You have to though. Like, sorry, the phrase I was
do.
after is, I need money to make more art.
yeah, exactly,
you know what I
mate.
mean?
Absolutely, and you shouldn't have to apologise for that.
Yeah.
And you know, me as a consumer of your music, I've bought your record not from Amazon,
Mm.
from the shop on your website. But I'm like, do you think like come to gigs? Is that the best way of doing it?
Yeah, I mean that's the most immediate thing. So I've done, for example, this Christmas gig. We're
Yes.
on to the 15th year now, which is mind blowing. And
Started in
that
Shakespeare pub upstairs.
we were going through it today. We itemised every single one, which is quite cool.
That's
We could
beautiful.
remember them all.
Who have you had in? You've had lots of guests. Yeah. So for people that don't know,
Yeah,
it's a Christmas show with you and guests, many guests.
yeah. So it was totally accidental. I just wanted to do something one Christmas because I wanted a bit of beer money, get my acoustic out. I don't know, bang a few songs out, see what happens.
Yeah.
And we did upstairs at Shakespeare, and it went down incredibly well, and we nearly caved the roof in, which was hilarious. And then next year, every year we get bigger and bigger and bigger, sort of accidentally. And I just sort of throw this thing together. But being from that generation of musicians, I do know quite a few people in the city
Mate,
that want to
definitely.
get involved because it's Christmas time. People just want to have a laugh and a beer with their friends. And I think what I've got from it, the older you get, the more excuses you need. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you've got more responsibilities at home,
Yeah.
you're like, well, all my mates go to this. This is the day. That's what I'm doing. And I know, hundreds of people come because they've always been, which is
Yes.
weird.
And also the time of year that it is, a lot of your mates, for example, Self-Esteem played recently.
Yeah.
No longer living in Sheffield, I believe,
Yeah.
but might be back in Sheffield around those times. Not saying that she's definitely going to be at this year's one, but like if you've got musician friends from I don't know, your years in music here,
Mm.
but that are no longer in the city, they might be back.
Well,
around that time,
as
so
it
you just never
happens,
know who's going to be there.
I've written a Christmas song this year,
Yes, you have.
and it's called "All My Friends Are Coming Home for Christmas" because it's the sentiment
Nicely
of, and
tied in.
it's not just like famous friends. It's mates that moved to London that I don't see and that I
Yeah.
should see. And the lyric in the chorus is, "I should have called, I should have dropped a line, but the year flew by as I blinked my eye." Zzz, like snakes. I should have. Sorry.
Andy's fuming. It's so good. Okay,
Anyway, yeah. So that I was trying to encapsulate the sentiment of I might not see you all the time, but
Yeah.
I miss you and I love you. But I'm a man, so I can't say that. I'm a northern bloke, can't say that. So I'll put it in a song. Obviously, what
You
else would you do?
fucker.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What else would the fucker do?
Yeah.
And it is about people, that once we don't have it very often as you get older. Like I said, with these responsibilities, at one time a year where you do have the pass, like go and see your mates, go and see how they are, go and check in on them. And it's spoken about a lot, isn't it? I'm on the other end of the phone, but giving someone a hug
Yeah, man.
in a Christmas jumper, it does feel different. There's something about that time of year.
Definitely.
And we always wanted to make a song that was also good and not a crap Christmas song. So this is why we've gone I wrote it on an acoustic, and then I've had it like a year or so, and I didn't do anything with it. And then I sent it to Ed Cousins.
Yeah.
Who's a big friend of mine. Used to be in Reverend of the Makers, now
Yeah.
a solo artist, but he's a great sort of music brain. And he said, it's a great song, but why don't we do it like an LCD sound system song? And I'm like, go on then. That
Love
sounds
that.
interesting.
Love that.
For because you don't have a Christmas song like that.
No, you don't.
And I'm big into like Talking Heads, for example. So let's do
Yeah.
an LCD Talking Heads, Joe Carnall style Christmas tune.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, we're dead happy with it.
We'll link it in the video, the video description and stuff for this, and try and tie it in. But yeah, I did really enjoy. 'Cause it was released last week, right?
So we put the video out on Friday, I think we
Yeah.
did.
So it's literally as we were going to Andy's exhibition.
Yeah.
I'd watched
Yeah, that's right.
the clips and stuff from the video on Instagram, and watched the video on the train on the way home when I got lost in Derby. But
I
yeah,
saw that, yeah.
it was great, man. Like really, really good.
And the video was fun as well.
Yeah.
Fun. That's what, as I've
Where
got
did you
older,
film it?
well, as I've got older, I've realised, like, if you're going to do something, just make it a laugh.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, make it fun. Because you could be hit by a bus tomorrow. You
Definitely.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got some mates who run the 3 tons, which
Great.
is an old school Sheffield boozer.
Love it in there.
Yeah, it's got like that flat iron shape, hasn't it? Apparently, the Flatiron building in New York was inspired by this very building. That's the myth.
That's
I
mad, isn't
don't know
it?
how true, but some New York industrialists were over, which kind of makes some sense because the
Definitely.
Brooklyn Bridge is made out of Sheffield steel. There might be something.
Do you know?
in
I
there.
never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that. That's great.
Anyway, again, we digress. But there's a wonderful. I've seen beautiful a lot. There's a great sort of seat in that shape, in that flat iron shape. A real good like snug sort of horseshoe seat.
Yeah.
And I had this vision of like getting some pals down, putting a few £100 behind the bar, and just filming that, almost like Last Supper-esque sort of setting. So half the video is just people getting slowly drunk on a Sunday night. The Ryder Cup was late summer. The Ryder Cup was on. We had it on a laptop. We had some tunes on, and I just said, "Well, just for an hour, just shoot this,
Yeah.
and we'll just mess around and to get the vibe." And I just said to him, "Right, okay, you're going to pair off, and I'm going to put you in front of the pub. I'm going to set a camera up. I'm going to add the text after.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is, I want you to give me 2 minutes of being dead, having a laugh, being dead funny. I want you to give me 2 minutes of being sad, like you've just said something. I don't care what you say because I can't hear it.
Yeah.
And the audience can't see it. But tell that person something quite personal and upsetting. Doesn't have to be true." And then we stumbled upon this pattern of, you know that thing where you're in a big group, you're having a great time, but you have this little one-on-one with someone.
Yeah.
And actually, around Christmas, that's when you go, you know what? I put it in, we're struggling, we're trying to have a baby and we can't, we're struggling. Those big hits or it's just not working. I don't think we can be together. Just to your best mate that you can't share with the room.
Yeah.
So I wanted it to sort of encapsulate those intimate moments that you have at this time of year.
It's really personal. The video is brilliant. It's really special.
I just think what I've learnt from the theatre writing is embrace your limitations. I don't have a load of money to chuck at it.
Yeah.
I don't have loads of actors, so let's not get them to act badly.
Yeah.
So let's not have a shot where it's a yard away from the face. Let's go across the road and they can do what they want. No money, no actors. I've got a mate, Rob, who's brilliant.
Rob
but-
Nicholson,
but
friend of the
shout out,
podcast,
Pedalo.
former guest.
Really
Legend.
talented, really can do, use good people.
Yeah.
I've got a mate with a lovely pub. Let's see what happens.
Mate, put it all together. But I guess when you're saying you work within your limitations, you've done that for your entire career. Because you start off as a band, you make noise, you do what you can do with what you've got, and then you get to the point where you've got a mate with a garage in LA, and you go out and you can make a record, and then you're friends with people who are, within the theatre business, and you can say, right, I've got a musical that I want to write. How do I do that? And it's great to see your progression as a creative person throughout the time.
I suppose.
Long may it continue.
Yeah. Well, what's next? Oh.
Yeah. Well, the Christmas show is next.
Christmas show is chronologically next. Yes.
Is it chronically sold out?
Not quite. It's gone really well though. It'll
Very
be,
few tickets left.
Yeah, it'll be near as damn it, if not sold out by the time.
It's at
we
the
get
Octagon this year.
there. It is, yeah.
Done my research on that one, correct. So, super special guests, as always.
I
Could be
mean, there's a
anyone.
load of guests this year. As in, it's just like a catalogue of friends that just want to get involved and have a laugh.
Yeah.
And we've got to this point, we were looking through the set today, like, oh God, I've got to squeeze them in there, get them up for a couple of songs there. And it's great. Like, the dressing room is unbelievable because it's just rammed full of people
I bet.
that aren't really doing much most of the time. They might have 2 songs each. So
Yeah.
they just have to get loads of booze in.
Yeah.
And actually, I feel like I miss out on most of the fun because I'm on stage for an hour and a half. I've got to be there for every song.
You're hosting and...
Yeah, I'm doing Noel Edmonds.
How's everyone doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's drinking? Whee!
And they're just running off and on, pissing around.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a real good time. And I've had some amazing memories of those gigs. And we've had, I know you asked me earlier, we've had some brilliant people on. We've had Rebecca often comes up, Self-Esteem. She's done 2 or 3. I mean, I don't know what she's doing this year. She's Rebecca. She does what she wants. But, if she does turn up, it'll be great. If she doesn't, there's loads of stuff happening. We've had Ollie. Ollie was fun.
That's a special one, right?
Yeah, it was. He'd had a few Guinness. It was in the spirit of Christmas. I think he was in the dressing room. He was doing instead of the 12 days of Christmas, he was going 12 pints of Guinness. And instead of counting down, we go 1 pint of Guinness, 2 pints of Guinness. It was very Richard Hawley, and he was hilarious. And we did Velvet Underground, didn't we? Anyway, that was brilliant. We've had who else? We've had Tom Grennan a few years ago. We were on the same management, and he's such a sweet kid. And he came up from, where is he from? Bedford. One Christmas with his dad. Drove up the motorway.
Oh, brilliant.
We did Amy Winehouse. He was really, really kind with his time. Matt Bowman from Pigeon Detectives.
Great.
We've known him for years. Dave McCabe from Zootons. Pete McKee's done a bit. We were writing all this down. There's like 30 or 40 names, which is quite sweet.
It's so special what you've done and what it continues to do for the city and like linking everyone together. I know John's done a few as well.
John, of
Rev
course,
and,
sorry. Yeah. All the Reverend lot have done stuff in the past.
I think Steve Bracknell, former podcast guest as well, did the promo for last year.
Steve did. He did a promo video for me, and that year he did Oasis.
He came out. He did Oasis.
He did Oasis. He were unbelievable. Yeah.
Wow. Rock and Roll Star, maybe he loves that one.
It might have been that. I can't remember what it was. It might have been Rock and Roll Star.
Wow.
But he went full Gallagher on it.
Special.
He went full Gallagher. As when he commits to something, he commits.
He does. He goes all in, man.
I think I've seen the video of that.
Yeah.
It was quite
He's
funny.
proper doing the Gallagher. The mic's up there. Yeah, I've seen
good.
that. Yeah. He did. He pulled that off as well.
You know what it was? It was Acquiesce.
Oh,
it was
'cause we
Acquiesce.
need
Yeah, because I sang that bit.
each other.
Our Noel to his Liam at that bit.
Beautiful, man.
But yeah, we've had some, and the thing about the Christmas gig is, there'll be some Milburn tunes in there for everyone to sing along to, but it's a license. It's the one night of the year you get to be absolutely daft.
Yeah.
Like I've done some stupid songs that out of context sound so naff and ridiculous, but in that moment of Christmas, it's perfect. So like, what did me and Rebecca do one year? We did Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Queen and Bowie, which is a great song, but you'd never normally do that. And then the year after we did, we did A Star Is Born, Shallows.
Yeah.
We did. I was Bradley Cooper to her Lady Gaga. It was
Great film.
Stick some
Great film.
sleigh bells in it.
We were
Anything's a
just-
Christmas song.
pushing it as far as it can go and just seeing how daft we could get it. I think last year we did Hot Stuff one year.
Great. Donna Summer.
Donna Summer.
Great.
We've done
Unbelievable.
all sorts of stuff, and like it's hard to convince people in a practice room in early December when no one's feeling it that this will be good.
Yeah.
You just got to hang in there with me.
It sounds.
I believe in it. I know it'll work, but I know it seems weird now. There's no audience. We're playing a cover of like Donna Summer. Makes no sense. But once you get on that stage in front of 2,000 people, it'll make loads of sense.
Sounds like just a vibe, man.
That's
Like,
sick.
And all I've ever heard. I've actually never been to one. I will hold my hands.
You
up, to
should
be
come.
honest. We should come.
Can we go?
You're on the
Yeah,
list.
let's do it.
Should we go?
No, we'll buy tickets.
No, you're on the
We'll buy
list.
tickets. But yeah, all I've ever heard from all of them, because you've done them at the Lead Mill, you've done them at O2 Academy, you've done them above Shakespeare. It's always a big moment in the Sheffield calendar
Mm,
for sure.
good.
Um,
Well, yeah, let's long may it continue. See what's next, sort of thing.
Mate, definitely.
But
Um,
yeah, I feel more of a responsibility now. I know what people want on that night. I know why they're here.
Yeah.
And it's never people buying one or two tickets. Or it can be, but there's a lot of people buying. I bumped into someone the day the tickets went on sale. And he went, Joe Carnall, isn't it? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I've just bought some tickets. I'm like, oh, nice one, mate. He goes, I bought 10.
Just letting you know.
Why have you bought 10? He goes, because all my mates come. We always come. I'm
Oh.
one responsible for buying tickets this year. And I'm like, you know what? You're the reason I should be doing this gig. That's great.
Well, you wrote a song about some of your escapades after one of them, right? On the
Go on.
second Good Cop, Bad Cop. Isn't it Mexico City?
Isn't
That an apology
Yeah, yeah.
to your-
yes,
to your wife
You've been listening.
for
So
after one of the Christmas
yeah.
gigs? So do you
Well,
think that a lot of the people that
I
go
forgot
might be they could play that to their other half, couldn't they? You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I
Shit.
got carried a bit. Got a bit
That
carried
was
away.
1 year. So bear in mind it's on the 23rd
Yeah,
and the 24th Christmas Eve.
yeah,
And I've got children.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of work to do on Christmas Eve.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
Because Santa needs help.
Yes. Yeah.
And I rolled in the morning of the 24th at 6. And we were having a family Christmas Eve breakfast at a cafe or whatever at 10.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the chorus of Mexico City is to tell the truth, I've been no use, I don't know what to do, sort of thing. But you know why? I don't think anyone's picked up on this. Do you know what Mexico City is?
It's the thing that I know this because
Because
I've listened to
sing
the
it,
podcast
yeah.
with Andy, but it's May Every Kiss I Carry.
Yeah.
over-
Make itself to you.
Make itself
every
to you.
kiss, yeah. And it was an old sort of, I think it was World War II or World War One. On the
Yeah.
letters, they used to write Mexico City to each
Yeah.
other. May every kiss I carry
Oh,
itself
shit.
to you is Google it.
Yeah.
But I thought
That's
it was
cool,
quite a sweet
that's
name
cool.
for a song.
It's really sweet. And does that come from you? Obviously know a lot about history, but
Yeah.
is that something you've always known about, or is it something?
No, I just read about it one day and I was
that's
like,
cool.
I saw it on a letter. And I'm like, what does that mean?
Figure it out.
Because it makes no sense in isolation, does it? Why is
That's
Why
it.
is someone in Flanders or wherever or in Northern Europe
Right in Mexico
writing
City.
home in Normandy to Mexico City on a letter?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So I dug a bit deeper, but
Super sweet.
I just thought it'd be a nice song title.
It's great. It's great. And born of the Christmas gig. So
Yeah,
Love that.
yeah. The sort of the effects of what the gig can do to me sometimes. If I get carried away, it's very hard though. Like because
Yeah,
I've
of
been
course.
restraining myself all day. I've been really busy and quite stressed. That the sound check of that day is mental.
Lots going on. Lots of moving
Loads going
parts.
on. It's like live TV. Do you know what I mean? You only get these people for an hour, and you've got to
Yeah.
make something happen with them.
Yeah.
And so I've not really been drinking or anything like that, and everyone else has, and so they
It's
should. I mean,
Christmas. Yeah,
everybody else in that room has.
Yeah.
So when I get off stage, I need a couple of hours, and then the problem with the couple of hours, it inevitably turns into,
Yeah.
a few more hours. So there you go.
Mate, you got to enjoy yourself. What else have you got coming up apart from? Well, it seems that you're quite busy. Any Good Cop, Bad Cop touring stuff coming up?
Not at the
Any-
minute. Not at the minute.
Any more
It's
solo
hard.
dates in?
It's hard with Good Cop because I'm really passionate about it. I'm really proud of it. But to make that work, I would have to go out and gig and gig and gig and gig and gig. But I'm, the old school way.
Yeah.
And I can't commit to that.
No, of course.
So there might be a moment where it feels like we should do 2 or 3 Good Cop gigs and make them really special and good. Because I can't go in a van across the country anymore. Not where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and I might get back to that point, but I can't at the minute.
Yeah.
But I'm not. You know, I'd love to come revisit it and do it justice. We're going to do a couple of good cop tunes at this Christmas.
Excellent.
And one of them may be Time Crisis, by the way.
Oh, come on. We've got to be there.
Not played that for a few years now.
Nice.
We're going to give it the beans. We're going to give it the full, because we've done an acoustic version of that with strings, which is really beautiful.
Yeah.
But I miss the big moments.
It's real special, that tune. I really love it. Would recommend if anybody's not heard it or listened to your Good Cop stuff to listen. It's up there with my faves of yours.
Thank you.
No worries. Do you want to tell everyone where they can find you on socials? And does the musical have socials and stuff, or is it just going to go through yours? Or?
I'm Joe Carnall Jr. at Joe Carnall Jr. Instagram's the main thing, but I can't be arsed. I'm not ready for TikTok. I'll probably have to do it one day. I can't use the same social media that the kids do that I teach every day. Like we're not doing that thing. I don't dance. Do you know what I mean?
You have to use it in a different way. I think
creating content. I'll do the speaking to camera thing.
Yeah.
As much as it pains
It's a
me.
new world, man. I had an oven cleaner guy come around today, and his daughter, who's 21, we were just talking back and forth. He's like, "Oh, my daughter, like, she's not even at work." And I was like, "What do you mean?" So she just runs a TikTok. I was like, "Oh shit,
oven cleaning TikTok."
No, she just dances
get on
and
that,
stuff,
mate.
and apparently she earns
Money.
mint. She's minted, and I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah." And then my other cleaner said, "Yeah, I'm sat here." He's like 50 odd, thinking about retiring, scrubbing away in this oven cleaner
on
thing.
his knees, bless him.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." Because and she's earning probably more than me. And I was like, "Oh, snap! Yeah, it's a new world, TikTok, man."
It's
I was
mad.
like, "Yo, what?"
And I'm not sure I want to be part of it. I don't think it's my world to inhabit.
I uninstalled it because I got addicted. I could scroll, realize what it's doing. I was like, "Oh my god, my brain is actually rotting, and I need to." So I've uninstalled it.
This is the thing. I think, obviously I've been part of schools for a while. And they'll have assemblies on knife crime.
Yeah.
They had assemblies on weed, assemblies on drugs and drink. Like, you need an assembly on phones.
TikTok. Oh my god.
Because that's what the kids are. They're addicted to. We're all addicted, actually.
Yeah, it's real bad.
You find yourself doom scrolling, like, oh god, I've lost half an hour to that. But as someone who grew up without phones, you can check yourself and you can sort of tell yourself off. Whereas if all you've ever known is this,
that's true.
It's really scary. I think
They did a study on a bloke who he quit social media and being on his phone for I think it's 12 years, and they did a study on him. He regained like long-term memory. He could recall stuff and remember things in his past a lot more. And it was just a lot of scary facts that I was reading from this study. I was like, oh my god, like we don't really know the impacts of what
we've got no
these
idea. It's
things,
dangerous. And then you look at, I can remember with a bunch of kids, they're like, you know what, we were like on a trip or something.
Yeah.
And they had the phones out, like, right, let's have a little game. Just check your screen time. And
Oh,
one
God,
kid's
I don't want it.
was like 8-9 hours a day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And if I have a thing on mine, if I've got to 2, it tells me.
Yeah.
I usually ignore it, but
Yeah. But
I'm
it's
aware
there.
it's there. Just said,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
are you sure? And it's hard if you're working from it, and a lot of people do work from the phone.
That's it. Yeah, same. And sometimes I put like, if I'm like just chilling or having a nap or something, I put music on and just put a headphone in and just go to sleep. It's all counts as screen time.
Yeah,
and all that,
there's
doesn't
nothing
it?
wrong with that, but
yeah, it
is pretty dangerous. A lot of schools are going to banning them altogether.
I mean, my 2-year-old, if I get up in the morning with my 2-year-old, I leave my phone upstairs. But sometimes he'll come through into our room and he'll be like, "Daddy, your phone?" And I'll be like, "I don't want it. It's fine." And he's like, "Put it in your pocket." And I'm like, "Yeah," because he knows that's where it lives. Because he sees me take it out of my pocket, and I'm like, I'm really aware of it. I'm trying to not be on my phone when I'm with him.
Well, and you're with your kids and you're doing that, and you shouldn't be doing that. The development of those children, it's eye contact, it's body language, and it's not you going, because you do, like, if it's 6 in the morning and they're up, you've got coffee, you're like, I can't, I'm not watching Peppa Pig, or I'm not building these blocks when they're fine.
Got to check the news, got to message my dad, got to do this, got to do that, or whatever.
It's bad, man. It's the first thing
it's not
literally
great.
go up and check, because I work from home. I work off my phone a lot of the time. It's the first thing I do. I should just go outside, have a coffee, and just stand there for like half hour. Just
look at the
take
world.
it in.
Yeah,
just look at it in.
Yeah,
I know I should, and it's in the back of my mind, like you said. It's in the back of your head to do it. You just got to make sure, because I like I said, I uninstalled TikTok. It's just a nightmare for me. I can't. I'll lose 2 hours.
So essentially, just don't expect Joe to be
Stop
posted on
watching.
TikTok.
No, anyway, yeah. Sorry, in answer to the question.
We went down the rabbit hole there.
Yeah.
Just to
No,
change.
I'm not going to TikTok. Instagram, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Before we leave, just to change, I got a question. I got
Oh,
to
yeah,
ask
of
you that I
course, I
ask
forgot.
everybody. Yeah, thank you very much. You know.
Sorry.
What's your meal deal, mate? Do you have one? Do you have a meal deal?
Meal deal.
Whenever you go, I need a drink, coffee, or a crisp and a
Okay.
sandwich.
Yeah. No, it's not a regular occurrence. This, I must admit.
It's for a lot of people. It ain't.
It was maybe for a point when I'm doing a lot of touring. You got to capitalise on what's on offer.
Sure.
Meal deal. So provide, you kind of bring your own water these days, don't you? So I'm not having a water as the drink. I'm having a cloudy apple juice
Oh yeah.
because it makes me feel like I'm doing something good. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cloudy apple juice.
Oh, I'm with
Got
you.
it right.
That's there. And then probably I'm trying to maximise
Good tactic.
how full I'm going to be. That's purely my aim here. Getting the most bang for my buck in terms of feeling satiated.
Yeah.
So cloudy apple juice, I go for probably like a McCoy or something because it feels like there's this thickness there,
Thick,
isn't there?
crisp. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It depends what's kicking off on the shelves there, but I go for a McCoy. And it's got to pair with your sandwich. So actually, if we're going to get into this, because I think that's what we're here for, really, aren't we?
Yeah. This is
I'd
important.
probably go salt and vinegar.
Okay.
You know
classic.
why? Because it cuts through noise. If we're talking about palate and we're talking about, it's the same. It's the same as any art form. You see, it's about frequencies. So if I'm having a Berry's pork sandwich, right, which would always be my sandwich of choice.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what? I think we should make this meal deal like anything you.
Can I talk about Berry's?
Please
Go for it.
Because I'm
This is the platform.
threatening my wife to get a Berry's tattoo, and she won't let me have one.
The logo.
The logo, yeah.
Where? Bottom of your back.
I don't know yet.
Where have you got yours,
Tramp
Andy?
stamp. Where's yours?
Where's your
Where's
Berry's
yours?
tattoo?
Where's your Beres tattoo?
Whoa, don't get it out.
You put your pork sandwich away and all while we're at it. Yeah, Berry's pork sandwich. And what salt and vinegar crisps do is they complement that. The density, the fullness of the pork flavour. That's what the apple sauce is meant to do, the sharpness. It's about sharpness and a contrast. But then I'm thinking cloudy, then it's probably a water just to like make sure you can breathe after all that salt and stuff. But Berry's pork sandwich is definitely my go-to. With a bit of parking.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Great answer, man.
That's a great
Yeah.
answer.
Thank you.
Someone came on here before and they said a wrap.
Nah.
Awful. Nonsense. Mate, it's been a real pleasure having you, and thank you
It's
so
been
much.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Thank
absolute
you so
pleasure.
much for your time. Look forward to seeing the musical and being at the Christmas show.
Great.
Look forward to
Merry
it.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Circle back next week.
Circle back next week. See
Love
you
you,
later. Bye.